What's up, Dragon Brood? We are coming just off of the Clash weekend from Channel Fireball, so if you haven't checked that out, the results are online. Actually was not won by an Omnath deck, which is kind of interesting, though the final four were 3 Omnath decks and a Rogues deck, so I'm not sure what that means, but regardless, today we're going to take a look at a Rakdos deck. Some people call it Rakdos Midrange, some call it Rakdos Mill. I'm calling it Rakdos Midrange because I don't want to confuse it with the Mill decks that are trying to overturn cards from your opponent's library. But this one is trying to get our own cards into our graveyard so that we can actually get some of our escape cards and other things into play. So we'll see how it goes. But as usual, if you haven't, please remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. And then we're going to go take a look at this Rakdos deck. It's pretty cool. Okay, the only thing I'll say about this list is because it's so tight trying to do what it's trying to do, you do miss out on a few cards I'd like to have more of, starting at the top, like the Bloodchief's Thirst. I really would like to have a third, maybe even a fourth copy, I'm not totally sure yet, but it might be fine since we also have Spikefield Hazard to deal with some early threats, and we do have Heartless Axe, so we have answers, just sometimes you want to have just a little bit more. Mire Triton. This generally is good because of the Death Touch, even more than anything else that it does for the deck, because it can slow down your opponent's big creatures coming at you. Magmatic Channeler is pretty cool in the sense that you can pay 2 mana to get a 4/4 quite often with this list. This list plays 2 Shredded Sails, and on its face I don't necessarily love it. However, there are a lot of decks that are playing Clovers, and you want to be able to destroy those. There's also a lot of decks playing stuff like Rogues, which gives you a way to kill more of the flyers. So don't hate any of the things this card does, and worst case scenario, if it turns out you're playing against something that doesn't have either one of those, which isn't very many decks, you just go ahead and cycle it. It's still worth a card. Kroxa we're playing 4 just because it fits totally with what the deck's doing, and we can fill the graveyard pretty easily. Temeric Calls the Dead, again, another thing to fill the graveyard and actually give us some creatures to block with. Bonecrusher Giant, you've seen it in a lot of lists. Hagra Mauling, a removal card that also doubles as a land. 3 Rankle, a couple of Ox of Agonis, which is cool because this is a card that I think a lot of people try to get into deck lists and there's just not a good spot for it, but this is the perfect type of list for something like this. A couple of Terror of the Peaks, which have great synergy when you're casting stuff like Ox of Agonis, a Kroxa, anything like that. You know, it's just really big coming out of the graveyard. Then we're playing 3 Shadow Skull Smashing, 3 Agadeem's Awakening, Castle Locthwain, some swamps, some mountains, a full set of Temple of Malice, and a full set of Fable Passages. So overall should be pretty sweet. There is a sideboard with this as usual. This was kind of made for a specific metagame, so take that for what it is. It's a good starting point. Though, as you can see, it had a Spyglass there, which you can't really use against any of the decks you're probably going to run into because people aren't playing that many Planeswalkers or activated things for that matter. But the deck looks cool. Let's see how it plays. Let's go hop into the arena. Okay, this is pretty solid. I think we just go ahead and search for a swamp and call it good here. This is weird. They are level 426 citizen of, I believe, would be 2019 January or the year 2020 on the 19th January 1st. I don't know what their numbers mean. I have no idea what they're trying to say or do. I'm getting a little bit of lag today, but we'll see how it cleans itself up, hopefully. Opponent's not really doing anything here. We have the ability to potentially Bonecrusher Giant and this next turn if we want to, so I'm going to go ahead and hit them with an early Kroxa here. Don't think that hurts at all. Alright. So they do get rid of the land. So I don't know if this just means they have a lot of land or if they like their spells more and they're cheap. But we'll find out here shortly, I'm sure. People seem to really like the new, I guess we'll call them pets. I'm kind of split on them. I'm not really set one way or the other. We'll keep the Dimir Calls of Dead. Why not? Start working our way toward a Kroxa. And this could very well be one of those situations where we're talking about with the shredded sails that we just go ahead and cycle it. Because what else are we going to get? I want that Dimir Calls of Dead. Especially against this matchup. We want to be able to go ahead and make a creature here. Opponent will be filling our graveyard. Making it a little easier for us to do some of the things we wish to do. Choose one. We'll get rid of that Mire Triton. And we have live both Oxyvagonus and Kroxa here. Likely just going to go for Kroxa. Not much need to do anything else. Also that. Wouldn't have minded getting a big ol' Terror of the Peaks here. Go ahead and Ataxa. Now let's do a count on how many cards we have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright. So we kind of get 2 shots at these, even if one gets countered. So I guess we go ahead and try. 2, 3, 4, 5. I assume it's going to get countered. And then we'll just try again. Nope. I say that. I mean, make an extinction event, right? That would make sense. So we're basically playing this game with a bunch of dead cards. Nope, just a Heartless Act. Okay, I guess we'll just run that out again next turn. We'll try again. Well, they're going to keep loading their hand, I guess. Alright, we're going to be down around 24 cards. 27, okay. Opponent's at 12. Not too shabby. We do have 2 extra damage here. We'll have 3 from there. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unfortunately, this doesn't drain from the opponent. We just get to scry. Alright, they are going to remove the Kroxa. So we no longer get that guaranteed damage. We will put that on the bottom. We will draw a Rankle. Because we like that. Oh, I thought that's upkeep. Oh no, we're going to lose our Rankle. Well, we weren't going to get it anyway. So I guess it's fine. So then the question just becomes... do we wish to... Man, this is a matchup I think we could win easily post-sideboard. It's a little more difficult here. We would discard our hand, and then we would draw. Do we have anything? We don't have anything else in the yard to get back, though. So, alright, let's start by attacking. I mean, we could end up putting ourselves very close to getting decked. So let's go ahead and use this first. Let's play this. Don't love it. 6, 7, it's gotta be 8 cards. I mean, we're halfway doing the opponent's job for them here. But this does let us... so much noise. That does let us draw the Rankle here. Which helps. Ooh, if I'd have thought about it, I could have left more spells in the yard. I wasn't even thinking that I could have drawn one of those. Well, we got there anyway. Alright, opponent, what kill cards you got? I've got 21 cards left. I can survive, I'm assuming, 2 draw steps. And this helping us draw this Rankle off the top was pretty key, I think. Because now if they have a kill card, they have to have 2, or else any combination of what we have is going to be lethal. Alright, that's not going to do it. I mean, they can kill the Rankle. I mean, kill the Ox, but then the Rankle will get them. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, even if they kill both of these, we would still have Rankle for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I think we're pretty well off here. Alright. Looks like we're much in the same spot as last time, where we're just going to go ahead and have to search for a swamp here. Opponent's mulliganing once. Alright. I mean, as much as I'd like to play this, I can't... I mean, unless it's like mono red, there's not going to be a lot we can kill on turn 1 with this Spike-Filled Hazard anyway. I mean, I say that. Our opponent very well here could play, like, the, Thief or whatever. The Rogue, but otherwise, eh. Alright, so here I think we just have to be patient. Kind of knowing what the opponent's doing here. I don't really want... I mean, I kind of, well, I want double black really for the Rankle is what I want. But I think I'm just going to do this and pass so we can try to pick off their creatures. A lot of times the Rogue deck ends up in situations where they don't have a ton of threats just because they play so many, like, spell counters and spot removal that you can work your way out of some things just dealing with the creature or 2 at a time sometimes. So I'm gonna go with this. See what the opponent thinks about it. Alright, so they're gonna play a Thought Thief. And this is a big deal, right? Where had I just played the other land last turn, I very well could have played either of these. So now I feel like I would have had the option to play like a Magmatic Channeler or something here, and now I can't. So not playing that Aggro Mauling as a land really is a big deal here. Alright, gonna play another one. Oh, I guess I should have went ahead and killed their Thought Thief when I had it, or their Enforcer when I had a chance. I mean, not the biggest deal though. When I play Kroxa, I'll remove a bunch of cards. Though they could just as well counter the Kroxa, which they might be waiting on. Who knows? So we can, let's see, even if we play Kroxa, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kroxa gets countered, so we're back to 3 cards. They'll attack, put 2, that's 5. Alright. We may be able to do Kroxa again in a turn anyway. See how many spells I can leave in there. for our magmatic channeler just in case. I'm assuming it's getting countered. Yep, locked in now, works for me. I have no problems with this. Sure. And again, we can go Croxa. Though I don't know if we do or not here. I feel like we do. Opponent's down to 2 cards and kind of left shields down here. I was just thinking, well, how many cards is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we couldn't get Ox Vagonis anyway. We could risk it and just play Terror. But I say we do this first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we'll assume it's a removal card in the opponent's hand. If it's not, I'm going to be thoroughly surprised. If it's not, well then the floodgates are open for what we can start doing. Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, this is still shields down for the opponent though. Alright. So we kind of have everything opened up here. Would have liked another land, because again, we could try to get rid of Croxa, do that whole thing. And we do have this, but we're not dead, so I'm going to go ahead and play this out. Now the opponent has to draw something here. And if it's not a big draw, okay, that's not going to do it for them. Because us taking 8, going to 3, are we okay with that? Because then we can Croxa to kill. Well, no, we could just Bone Crusher, kill. We don't have to do anything to the thief on the ground, actually. So we just have to be. Can we kill 3 creatures is the question. We can play Channeler, which would be a 4/4. That'll kill 1. We can Bone Crusher to kill 1. But then we still have another one. Ugh. We could shoot 1 down. If we block 1... Alright, let's just block 1. It's the safer play. Especially with the opponent's hand empty. Because here we can shoot 1. Actually, no. We could just block 1. Ugh, missed a second land. That actually hurts quite a bit. Because Croxa still leaves us dead here. So we can't do that. So I think our play is maybe Bone Crusher a Thief, shoot 1 of these. That reduces the power of the other one. Alright. Let's kill 1 of these. And we'll play the Channeler. Alright, and hope that doesn't kill us. Alright. Still have 19 cards, so we have time. There's a land forever later. Question is now, what's more important? I mean, I guess we just attempt it. Because if either of these gets countered, we're kind of in the same scenario. It doesn't really change much. Okay, so those are drowned in the lock. Fair enough. They don't have anything with haste. Ugh, I needed one of those removal cards. That's a start. We have 15 cards left. Did we lose? There's... Yeah, both of the Blood Chief's Ascensions are in the graveyard. Or Blood Chief's Thirst are in the graveyard. That is not going to do it, opponent. Yeah, nothing they can draw here, I think, is going to help them. Yep. What do we go get? I think same thing. I think very often, I guess our Fabled Passages are just going to get swamps. That's just what this deck does. And then we could play this untapped on turn 2, and they give us the option of what we want to do if we want to Croxa or kill something with a Stomp. So that's all good. Alright. Off to get us a swamp. I'm gonna go ahead and... Yeah, exactly, because there's possible it's gonna be a Thieves Guild Enforcer, so... Wasn't gonna get too far ahead of myself. I wonder if I just want to kill this now. Yeah, because it reduces the odds of things getting milled or anything else. Sure, Thought Thief. Sad we couldn't punish the opponent for a bad play there. Sometimes the cards don't cooperate. Mostly because it's sitting there, I would have been able to hit it with a Blood Chief's Thirst if I had one, but I didn't. Alright, so I think next turn... Well, depending. They're definitely going to put some cards in our yard here. Croxa. And I don't know about the one in our hand. And there's only 4 other cards. However, we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other cards. If we can go get a mountain, right? So let's do that. And this just takes away their whole bonus here. Keeps them from getting to the 8 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they can counter it. Well, they can't actually now because there's not what they... I just realized I was thinking they'd be able to use Drown in the lock, but there's no more cards in our graveyard. So they would have had to have had Lofty Denial there. Yeah, this really limits the opponent. Now, they can still Heartless Act or something here, which is totally reasonable. Which I'm assuming they're going to do now. But at this point, we're just racing, and we can win this race. Especially with us having Rankle, another Croxa, Bone Crusher Giant. Like, this is totally okay for us. I I mean, they may even opt to just put another Thought Thief in at the end of turn and then double attack and play Croxa, or kill the Croxa, but yeah, that play doesn't really, I mean, I guess depending on what their hand looks like, you do what you got to do, you know? Okay. Don't really hate that at all. Look at the sacks of creatures. Interesting. We can just kill their Rankle, right? Or we can attack and play one of our own. I mean, this is interesting because the opponent's down to just a couple of cards. So I'm just not even sure what we want to do here. Like, do I care about our creatures going to the graveyard to the point that we're just willing to let the opponent play the sacrifice game? Use up their own mana and resources on their turn. I think Channeler is fine. And then we get the option of just like Croxa next turn, Terror of the Peaks, whatever we want to do. So here the opponent's going to either have to play a card to kill a creature or put the Brazen Bar into play and sacrifice it. Yeah, some combination like that had to happen here, which is okay. We are now having to dodge counters from the opponent, but we have a little bit of time. Okay, well that was pretty significant. That was pretty significant. We can do this for 4, which kills Rankle, but doesn't give us much else. I'm going to play a Rankle of our own, but I don't know what that last card is that they have. And that's a little disappointing. You know what? I'm just going to go like this, and if it's wrong, it's wrong. I mean, if it's a drown on the lock or whatever, we just lose. Alright, it's not. Okay, well, we might be in good shape here then. Because we're going to start unloading these Bone Crusher Giants. Yeah, attacking with Rankle would have been bad. We are definitely not blocking. Go to 8. But I think this is where we get to start turning stuff around, as they say. Alright, Channeler, you aren't going to be big enough yet, because I have a bunch of creatures in my graveyard. So let's... I was just trying to decide if I want to try to get max value out of Bone Crusher Giants. Because I have... Well, here, we can do this. Yeah, let's kill their important creatures first. No need to be messing around here. And then we're still not going to attack because we may need to block a Brazen Bar. We will not put that into play because if they end up with only Brazen Bar and Robber, we will be able to kill both of those on the cheap. Alright, let's see what the opponent has here. You kill a thing, Croxa's coming in to do 6 damage. Basically 9 damage. Because their hand will be empty. Putting us to 4. Either way, yeah, if they have a kill card and they put us to 4, that's not going to do enough for them. It keeps them from taking Croxa damage, but then we kill both their creatures and start attacking for 8. Yeah, this is not good for the Rogues player here. Secret. I am blocking. feel free to kill my Terror of the Peaks. I mean, we only have 5 cards in the yard, so a Soaring Thought Thief wouldn't have got us. Well, isn't that exciting? I mean, I guess we try, right? If that's a counter, who cares? Trying to think if there's any way we lose if we attack, because that'd have to be a kill card and, like, I don't know, Agadeem's Awakening. Yeah, that still wouldn't do it. Okay, well, now that we have double on those, I feel pretty safe. Well, you know what? Might as well just hold it. I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, even Zerasan getting something back doesn't even matter here. We would go to 3, they get something back. We just, whatever we cast, we just kill them with the Terror of the Peaks. I mean, they attack, we'll still block. I mean, it's still the right play. I mean, I have Bone Crusher Giant, yeah. Fair enough. I'm gonna go ahead and keep this one. I'm a little curious how this hand would play out, so let's find out. Playing against Medicus Dota. Wonder if that's in relation to the video game. I assume not, but hey, you never know. Interesting, the opponent didn't do anything there. Alright, we'll try this. Roxy. See what the opponent's up to. Interesting, they just got rid of a land after going land. What does that even mean? Alright, there's a Yorvo. I don't really want that. I say that. We might need to get rid of a Great Hinge. Let's hold on to that for a sec. We're not going to be in trouble if we hold on to it. I mean, is their plan just to mutate here or something? I mean, I'm not too worried about it because we can Aggro all in or whatever, so that's fine. Oh yeah, we get the big bad twofer. We ain't blocking. You know what I really hope here? That they have a Great Hinge in hand, and then they get stuck not being able to cast it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to attack here with Rankle and just be more efficient with their cards. And then just say, F it. We can each sack a thing, and we can each discard a card. Discard this after all. And we'll sacrifice this little channeler. Only 3 things in the yard for Kroxa. We're almost there. But this Wrinkle might get to do some work now. Mostly because I just want to use it, maximize my cards here. Have an opponent each discard a card. And that's it. Because no matter what they draw here now, Aggro Mauling, if it's a creature, we just kill it. Yep, and opponent's just dead. Well, y'all, like, this deck's legit. I will say, this is a version, let me go check here, that I got from the event. It was played by, I believe it was Adam Ramsey is the person here. And the record was like a 13-1 or something. Like, it was very impressive. And now I see why. This is short. I do have some other time constraints going on for the recording. But this deck, honestly, I thought that one of those games against Rogues, I just thought we were going to be so far behind. And somehow we still came out the other side of it. So, man, this deck's legit. It's got something going on. I wonder, since day 2 of the clash was single elimination, if this player just ran into bad luck or something. I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, this was real good. I don't know if I would even change much in this list. The only thing maybe I would say, actually, in hindsight, instead of having the Ox of Agonis, I would probably look and see if it's worth having a couple of the Phoenix. Mostly because you can get it back more often. So, like, say for whatever reason you don't have a Croxa or you don't get the right things in the graveyard, being able to just have to remove, I think it's 4 cards or whatever instead of 8 is a much bigger deal. So that's probably the one thing I would change, because it also gives you a chance to block other fairies, or I keep calling them fairies, rogues anyway. And that's the thing, like, Ox of Agonis is nice. It lets you remove 8 cards, it lets you refill your hand. But maybe we need to have those in the sideboard and have main deck Phoenixes, because that lets you block those rogues. And you turn that Phoenix into a 3/3, and that's exactly where you want to be, is that 3 power to be able to block stuff and not lose a creature, or at least get a creature you can get back. But that's probably the only change I would make to the list. Everything else I really liked. Now, if you saw that first game, I did a lot of thinking between turns. There's a lot of little decisions where you're trying to maximize your removal, trying to figure out, okay, what should I play first or not. There's a lot of little things going on, but it's worth it. If you like this style of deck, you're looking for something Rakdos style to play, this is very cool. Like, this deck is good. It's powerful too. So give it a look. And also, if you haven't, please remember, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and you can get the deck list down below in the description, as well as links to my Twitch, my Discord, my podcast, and if you want to get something for yourself and still support me, I have merchandise too, so check that out. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.